magician, oh. Everybody put on like every. Africa rapper number one. Africa rapper number one. You microphone magician, oh. Everybody put on like every.
Yes, and they say I'm the best side. I'm on top of the rest side. When I do to the list side. Rappers are vexed side. Chasing me with a best side. So I'm not kicking a pepsa. Not a threat side. I'm a jet side. Flyer than IRS side. The flow tireless side. These rappers are kids side. Connection wireless side. My checklist. I've been paving the way John the Baptist. I've been putting my finger on the atlas. Rappers moving up and I'm the catalyst.
Africa rapper number one. Microphone magician, oh.
Got no can't mess with my flows. Some of them say they better than me. Niggas be high like aloha. They should switch to my coaster. Can they tell I'm a boss? Some of them wanna blow some. Maybe they should come and pay me tolls. We are the mafia. We are hitman. Making hits every time I speak, man. We are chairman. We are big man. So I call you Nicole, you're a kid, man. You checking my fresh, checking my cool, checking my belt, checking my shoe, checking my car, checking my crew. It's simple, I'm better than you.
This one on a high life and hip hop combination. Everyone need your one, everyone need your different. Forever they boom and this one on a high life and hip hop combination. Everyone need your one, everyone need your different. Forever they boom and Africa.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sport Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM 604 studio time check. We get to do this every Mondays to Fridays from 6 to 7 p.m. exclusive. Every single thing you want to get in the world of sports, you have it live on Mainland 98.3 FM. It's an amazing time to talk sport on the radio, and I'm happy that today is the Wednesday edition of the show. That means we've done 3 this week. I've got 2 more to go. Remember, we started a series as we intend to focus on some of the let me just say 20 MPFL teams that will be playing next month. I'm really hoping. I don't want to really hold on to that word tentative now, but I want to believe that the MPFL for the 2024-2025 season will begin next month, which is September. The MPFL is the Nigerian Premier Football League. 20 club sides, will be slugging it out. We don't know. Mr. Benga, Honorable Benga was talking about an increment in the prize money. Last season it was 100 million. They said next season, or this coming from this new season, is going to be 200 million for the winner of the Nigerian Premier Football League. 20 club sides. 4 that gain promotion via the Super 6 playoffs from the NNL will also be joining in. I'm really excited towards that, by the way. So we started a series where we reach out to all of the media managers of all the 20 club sides that will be squaring it out this new season. Started off on Monday with Mighty Jet. Well, Mighty Jet is an NNL club side based in Jos. The general manager joined us on the show on Monday. On the back of the rumor that we heard that the former Super Eagles star and manager Samson Siasa could be unveiled as the next manager of the side. And yesterday we had David Oji, the media manager of Enyimba International Football Club of Aba, the most successful Nigerian club side. He joined us on the show to tell us the journey so far, especially since the season ended, and what they're looking forward to ahead of the next season. Don't forget that Enyimba returns to the continent both this time around in the CAF Confederations Cup. The 2 CAF Champions League slots went to Remo Stars, and the winner, Rangers International Football Club of Enugu, will certainly, in fact, I think it's easier for us to even get the manager of Rangers Rangers. They're talking about the walking one, Fidelis Ilechukwu. Today, but you know, trust us there. If one door closes, a lot of other doors that are willing for us to just knock and we get it. So Amakla Jaksat joins me on the show today by 6:15. He's the media manager and director of media operations. All of these people have names. This one will say they are media manager. This one will say they are media handlers. This one, Amakla Jaksat is the director of media operations for Plateau United. 2016, 2017 MPFL champions under former manager Coach Kennedy Bobe. The first and the only MPFL title rather, they've ever won. It joins us by 6:15 on the show today. But before then, it's a Wednesday edition. Akintayo joins me on the show today for whatever reason. Agbatomi sustained, you know, injury when he's doing warm up. You know that kind of Akintayo. You know that kind of injury now when the team is warming up and then they release the team list and you've seen the starting 11. The round of nowhere, you just see that Tchouaméni has broken the leg of Kamavinga.
A muscle pull.
A big muscle pull. So we substituted him. We sent him on compulsory rest. So it's Akintayo and I that will be running the coverage. I think there's a whole lot of rebuilding. Former Arsenal goalkeeper, Asted, former to Juventus, and then what's his name now? I think the assistant was an Arsenal goalkeeper also, the second choice in Poland. I remember the name. Lucas Van Beeske. I mean, how big was Szczesny for Juventus?
Szczesny made his mark at Juventus. He made his mark. Unfortunately, he didn't have the European success to try and crown his efforts. But aside from that, domestic consecutively, he won the Coppa d'Italia consecutively as well. So he had a very good season, and we could see the reason why he could nail the Polish #1 spot for a long time.
For 7 years. Yeah, but I mean, it's tough. It's tough. But it's not done.
Consider the fact that he was also in the final for Champions League twice as well.
Yes, it's big. It's big. But let's see how it goes. I mean, what a way to end his career with Juventus. But he's not retiring yet.
No.
He's not retiring yet.
The goalkeeper is still young.
I mean, for a goalkeeper, exactly, he's still young. Sometimes they tell you that the older, the better some of these goalkeepers get.
With Buffon.
It happened with Buffon. It happened with Lema. His last season at Arsenal, 2006 season, where he went the entire Champions League season without conceding a single goal until he got that red card against Barcelona in the final. I mean, that was explosive. We've seen a lot of Van der Sar. Van der Sar left Fulham when he was 33.
Yes,
and then he came over to Manchester.
He was a late bloomer.
And he came over to Manchester United, won the Champions League, won the Premier League, won everything. There's Oliver Kahn as well. So sometimes this goalkeeper, the older, the better. Let's take our first break. When we come back, I will link up with our guest, the director of media operations Plateau United, Amakla Jaksat, joins us on the show today.
Africa rapper #1.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better. So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of North cubes. Today, eat for good.
Looking for ways to save your data? It starts with your apps. Deleting unused apps helps, but there is more. Most apps have data saver modes. Activate them to control data usage. You can also go to settings to turn off auto updates. Lastly, close unused apps to save data when you ain't using your apps. These changes can make a big difference. For more information, visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for more helpful tips. Stay connected and enjoy smarter data usage. This message is brought to you by the Association of Telecom Operators and Nigerian Communications Commission.
Lagos, get ready for the biggest praise event of the year. The much anticipated extravagant praise concert 2024. is set to return for its 6th edition, promising an unforgettable night of soulful worship, uplifting gospel music, and unified praise. The Catholic Praise Concert proudly presents the Extravagant Praise Concert 2024, featuring an incredible lineup of gospel artists: Sir Jude Nnam Ancestor, Great Man Takit, Father Fuji, Kela Trills, Jesus Baby, Moses Audu, A-String, and St. Dominic Catholic Church, Yaba Central Choir, Ntsikan Abasi, Sacred Heart, Ojota Choir, Man of Praise, Victus Eze, Chimoma, DJ Exmo, and more. Join us on Friday, August 16th, 2024 from 9 p.m. till dawn at St. Dominic Catholic Church, 356 About Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos. Gate fee absolutely free. Don't miss this extraordinary night of worship and celebration, brought to you by Catholic Praise Concert.
Takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness. Is it when it is cooked with non-seasoned cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans? It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So, go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, it's for good.
You dey find ways to save your data? You go first start out with your apps. Delete apps wey you no dey use but other things go still dey. Some apps get data saver modes, make you activate them to control the data usage. You fit also go your setting make you off the auto updates them. Then make you also close apps wey you no dey use to save your data when you no dey use your apps. This small change go fit help you save your data well. For more information, make you go your mobile operator website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for better tips. Make we dey connect and enjoy our data use well. This message dey come from the Association of Licensed Telecom Operators wey join body with the Nigerian Communication Commission.
Chai, my head Ogala Lord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don come again this one wey your body hot so, you don do test? Yes, see result Oga landlord, no be your village people, na malaria. You need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta, I don dey kampe. Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Alright, thank you very much for joining us again live on Mila 98.3 FM. Well, we're getting straight up into the conversation because my guest is live with us on the phone from the city of Jos. Is Michael Jacksat, Director of Media Operations for Plateau United. They call them the Peace Boys. Won the league under the former manager Kennedy Boboye in the 2016 season. Michael, good evening. Good to have you join us on the show live from Lagos.
Thank you very much for paying me. Really proud to be here with you.
So let's get straight up into the conversation. Plateau United played some amazing brand of football last season. I mean, got quite a lot of goals, some decent result away from home, but unfortunately they couldn't secure, return to the continent. What has been, what has the team been up to since the season ended, especially as we build up to the 2024-2025 MPFL season?
Well, I think just to add to what you said, yes, we actually played fantastic brand of football last season. The pass completion, the transition, the build-up, the cutback, number of goals, and that explains exactly why we scored the number of goals. We scored about 60-something goals or so. Just a few less than the league champions, Enugu Rangers. Also, the fact that he was his first. It was his debut season as a technical advisor. Of course, you know that Mbwas had actually been in action with top coaches across the country as a chief coach. And that was supposed to be his first stint as a technical advisor. And you would also recall that somehow we had a perfect record after the first round of the season, won all matches at home, picked up one of the biggest wins away from home against Heartland, 5-1. But then, I think inexperience crept in and probably burnout amongst the players. And a couple of other issues actually crept in. But somehow, I suppose that we're actually learning our lessons and hope to consolidate this season.
Yeah, talking about consolidation, I know for one that in terms of the payments and the welfare of the players, a lot of credit needs to go to the Plateau State government for doing a lot in terms of taking care of the boys. But what are the expectations coming from the fans? I've been privileged to see the Peace Boys play live in the stadium, and I know that the Plateau fans are absolutely demanding. Are we expecting the same energy ahead of the new season, and what are your boys bringing for the fans as well?
Well, I must say that Ophemi, your service years here in Jos nearly converted you into a Plateau State indigene.
I was given a Plateau name,
yeah, I think that you actually have the certificate as an indigene of Plateau State. But then you're very correct. The fans are extremely demanding, and I must confess to you that the fans were not in any way impressed with the fifth place that the club ended last season. It probably would have been exercised by with a third place finish that gets us into continental places. But of course, you know that we lost that ticket on the last match day, and somehow the fans were extremely disappointed, calling for the heads of Mbwas Mangood at a point in time as a result of frustration. But I think that we went back to statistics and we realized that Mbwas Mangood actually performed beyond expectations.
True.
Because you also recall that Enyimba International, who made the third place position, had only 3 wins away from home and a couple of draws and the rest of them. The eventual winners, Rangers International, had 5 wins away from home and a couple of draws also away from home. Remo Stars, who ended up second on the log, just had just 2 wins away from home. And if Plateau United can actually garner 3 wins away from home and a draw, it means that our imperfect record here in Jos really was a major problem. Yeah. Because don't forget too that we lost to Akwa United, drew to Niger Tornadoes, Trinity of Ibadan, and also were held by Kano Pillars. So if you combine these 4 matches, it's an equivalent of 12 points. And of course, if you say that it's an equivalent of 12 points, and we have 3 draws here at home, and that particular loss against Akwa United, and you have those 4 games, all you need to do is to take out 3 points away as the draws, and then you would have 9 points. Adding it up to the 58 points we actually finished the MPFL 24th season, you will get to understand that somehow we deserve a continental place, at most the 2nd position.
So, I mean, take us through the preparations right now. I know that the season ended. There's been a lot of, close campaigns. I'm sure maybe when the club eventually does the unveiling for the new players, we'll certainly get all of that information. But for now, take us through the, what is going on. The boys, I spoke to the media officer of Nassau United, and he told me, they are in close campaign in Abuja at the moment. He's going to be joining us on Friday as well. But talk to us, what are you guys up to right now in terms of preparation? We're not even sure if it's going to be the tentative date of 30th of August, but we're sure that the league will begin within the next 2 months. What is the level of preparation we decide now, Mr. Makle Jaksat?
Yes, apparently we're not taking anything for granted. As a matter of fact, the general manager, Aɗɪla Mutla, had made it clear that he was not going to take recruitment of players for granted. And we're actually recruiting players of class, players that will add to the club's deficient areas, and we're actually going for a little bit of experience. We're not talking about age now, we're talking about young players who are experienced in the league, who understand their onion, who are born champions and winners, just to add to that particular cutting edge that we lacked last season. And don't forget too that we were one of the highest scoring sides. So it means that scoring alone was not necessarily our problem. Probably, maybe our problem was really staying on top of the game, controlling proceedings, and ensuring that we close out on games at the end of the day. And I think that Mbasman and his crew are doing everything possible. And not to also forget too that we have one of the best planners in the club. One of our directors of planning and strategy, Jᴏɪᴜ Oᴘᴇɪ, has actually ensured that some of the biggest strategies we come up with this season would ensure that we actually get up as one of the best clubs across the country. Of course, that it's not just about what you do on the pitch. What you do off the pitch is something that actually gives you a brand, gives you a face, and gets you on the world map. But what I'm trying to say at the moment is that the team is on close camping and will be out possibly by Saturday to get set for the WGSO Highland pre-season football tournament that holds from Tuesday, August 20th. And that way, we will be able to see exactly the character of the new Peace Boys for NPFL 25.
The preseason is gradually becoming like the biggest preseason, maybe one of the biggest on the continent, because of the quality of the teams. I'm talking about the Highland Cup. I think it's always held in Kano, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Last season it was held in Bauchi. It's a movement across the northern Nigeria.
Zone. Okay. Yeah. So I know, just like we said, expectations are always really big. You look at the quality of players that had come out of just to represent the national team. So the standard is really high. What should we expect from Plateau United as we go into the new season? The media manager of Enyimba was boastful yesterday, and he said it is win. They want to win the league, and they want to also try and go at least semi-final in the CAF Confederations Cup. And I like that. Enyimba is big, so they've got the aura to, say that. But for Plateau United, Makle, what are the expectations next season, and what are the targets? You being a very big part of the team, what are your targets ahead of next season?
Well, I must confess to you, Opeyemi, that football is a very competitive sport. Everyone who gets to the pitch really wants to win. And don't forget, the NPFL is a competitive engagement across 20 NPFL clubs. And every one of these clubs will tell you they want to win the NPFL title. But I must say this, we're building one step at a time. We just want to remain competitive, and we want to get a continental slot. If our points are good enough, then certainly we'll have to win the NPFL title. If our points are not good enough, the least we want to expect is to get back to the continent. Because Plateau United for the past 10 years or so had always been in close touch of continental
football.
So I think that most importantly is to remain competitive, respect our position, take it one match at a time, and then most importantly, find ourselves in the right places. And I can say, who says we do not have a right to dream for the NPFL title? Yes, of course, we won it, but we want to win. But that's not our priority. Our priority is to get back to continental places. If we have more points certainly will be crowned MPFL winners.
Thank you so much. I mean, I can assure you that your supporters of your club, both in Jos, in Lagos, all over the federation, are listening right now. Maybe you have a message for them. I mean, like I said, I know how demanding those fans can be. Sometimes they get a bit erratic in the stadium. That has sometimes also led the club into trouble in terms of crowd control and all of that. But just send a message to them in respect to what your club is being called the Peace Boys, as the reason why the team needs to be peaceful next season, especially the fans.
Apparently, you understand our fans. They are very, very demanding.
Those boys there.
and that's why any player that actually dons the colors of Plateau United knows exactly what he's coming to say. But I must say this: we are really proud of our fan base. We are proud of our supporters who have always given their all to ensure that they urge the team to get what they want. We're proud of you, and I can assure you too that the recruitment for this season is going to be extremely different because it's a class above an easy sport, because it's a competitive sport. You come up against competition from other teams. I urge them to please support the team, get the team over the board, and then together we can achieve the rest for the club, because I believe too that naturally, if we maintain peace, law and order in the stadium, and just embrace our passionate appeals and the rest of them, the team will be better motivated, and we can get to the next level, even celebrating together. We're proud of them, and I think that the supporters club and even the fans are a part of a pressure group for the club. Sometimes when you get too relaxed, it means that complacency sets in. We need the pressure, and we are capable of handling it, and hopefully let's get there together and bring the laurels back to Jos.
Thank you so much. And before I let you go, I also want to say big shout out to everyone over there, especially the manager of the side, Mr. Mangoats. You're doing an amazing job. I watched Plateau United play a couple of times last season, and I can tell you for a fact that, I mean, there's that class, there's that difference, there's that aura around the side. So I wish you guys well ahead of next season, Mr. Mangoat.
Thank you so much, Okoyemi. I'll send the message and try as much as possible to get a reply for you.
My regards to my friend, the Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴏᴛ magician. I'm sure I would probably have him. Yes, I should have him on the show, but probably before the season starts. He's a very amazing guy. They love him in Lagos because of how he does the training with his assist. Big shout out to you, Daniel Itoda, and to every member of the Plateau United team. We say stay safe, and I wish you well ahead of the next season.
Thank you so much, Okoyemi, and my regards to all your noisy neighbors out there.
Thank you very much, Michael. We do for our first break, but Baba, when we come back, we'll just briefly look into that conversation we just had with the director of media operations for Plateau United, Michael Jacksat, leading us through the level of preparation for the side ahead of the 2024-2025 MPFL season. It's Mainland 98.3 FM, and this is Sport Cruise.
You just find the top one. I be you want to go, let's go. Over 1.5, I be you want to say, what you know, go score, I don't know. We get that way, oh, I'll be there for you. Our heart, chop right out, we got the feeling strong. We there for you. You see, for a best mama, give me money, best mama, that's all we easy, best mama. Like it's fun. I want all I want. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
you go my day. Straight forward and I get to get. Yeah, yo, go straight to. 2 for 7 me a day. You know from me for day. Boom, boom, up in me day. Can't do. What you betting on this I you. Inactive, I got me sorry.
Alright, thank you very much for staying with us in Sport Cruise live on Milan 98.3 FM. That was a very interesting and engaging conversation with Makla Yaksat, the Director of Media Operations for the Peace Boys, Plateau United, 2016 MPFL champions under the former manager, Coach Kennedy Boboye, former Sunshine Stars coach, former Aqua United manager, came into Jos, brought some good flair into that, and he delivered their first and only MPFL title to date. The media manager says the priority is not exactly to win the league, but then they want to go for it, but they want to go back to the continent, and that is really big. Austin J.J. Okocha clocks 51 today, Akintayo, and a lot of conversation around JJ. A lot of conversation around how great a player was he when he was in active. He's still active. You see some of the adverts and some of the promos and stuff, and I'm like, you can't be 50 and be doing all of this. It's so magical. It's magical.
It's so good.
How big was JJ Okocha in the world? I'm not talking about Nigeria or continent Africa now.
Fortunately, 2 days ago, I came across a story where a video actually where Danny Murphy, a former player of, and he said the second time in that his greatest signing.
Yeah, he did. He said it over and over again.
JJ Okocha,
and he signed some really good players.
See,
Ivan Campos, Scott Parker.
They might not have won
Silver,
but he pulled them.
He took them to the Europa League.
Twice to the Cups final, where they lost to the eventual winner, to Manchester United. He is that player. It was him. Capital HIM. It was him for Bolton, and they can't just stop talking about it.
Now, talking about JJ Okocha for Nigeria, there were magical moments, and also the whole conversation around winning the BBC African Footballer of the Year back to back without winning the African Footballer. When I posted this Ayatu's obituary a couple of days back, you needed to see the and I'm like, I also grew up thinking Ayatu was the name of the continental football like CAF, because it's Ayatu for over 30 years. Now let's get back to JJ Okocha. We saw those moments. We saw the magic of JJ. They had one of arguably the best era in the history of the Super Eagles of the national team. That generation was golden. The Sunday Olise, Finidi George, Ikechukwu, JJ Okocha. It was an era where we had the best of the best.
They picked together. I
remember when we were planning to go to the 2002 Korea-Japan World Cup. JJ was benching Ronaldinho at PSG then. And there was a certain Adigbo Igonigbide, the chief Adigbo Igonigbide, that was the manager of the side. And we played a friendly match against Republic of Ireland.
Yeah,
I can't forget that game. See, JJ Okocha was something different. Why have we struggled to replace JJ Okocha in the Super Eagles? Why have we struggled with his level of creativity?
One thing you need to understand is not everyone that has flair and can use those flair in real games.
JJ was magical.
See, things that JJ does on the pitch is something that you would hope and pray you pull it off.
Frankfurt Bayern. Remember that clip? What's wrong?
It was so strong. And when they interviewed him after the match, he said the only reason why he could do that was because he just wanted to make a statement.
And
when you look at his career from Turkey to Germany
to France
to England, and people might say, why did he go to the top club at that time? When you consider the time that he went to Bolton, how many top clubs are ready to to go for an African player.
Exactly. That's the key line.
You know, at that point in time, if you're to be during this era, probably you would have had a good shout in a very top club. No disrespect to Bolton. Bolton had a very good. They had a decent season before he came in. And when he came in, he pulled the ranks, and we could always remember his celebration, the one he had with Big Sam. It was as the way JJ was big was also the way Yak was also big to Everton. JJ was super big for Bolton Wanderers, and there was a reason why he capped them, and he just never looked back. He was on fire against the big side. We could talk about his set piece plays. He could take the set piece. He could take throw-ins. What else again do you want? He could make you laugh. He could put that smile on your face. I could remember 2006 Nations Cup where he came in out of retirement to play. Because I think there was a bit of disagreement between him and the federation. He came in towards the latter stage of the game against Côte d'Ivoire at the semi-final where we lost to the eventual finalists. He came in, he had a last minute free kick, he had his time, towards the latter stage of his career it was dwindling. He went to All City, then later he went to Qatar, but you can't take the skill out of JJ. You can't take away that greatness, and he's not just an African icon. Pele put him in one of his top 100 greatest ever footballer, and if you could be in Pele's top 100 greatest ever footballer, you should know that you are not just known only in Nigeria, you're not known only in Africa, you're known globally.
Now, talking about the greatest of all times, if you look at JJ Okocha's cabinet in terms of trophies, it probably does not have the Drogbas, the Samuel Eto'o, the Sadio Mane, the Yaya Toure, the Kolo Toure. It does not exactly have those the luxury of those wins, the Champions League. You look at Jᴏɪᴜ, for instance. I mean, a player that never made it to the World Cup with this country, Liberia, but won the African Footballer of the Year, the European Footballer of the Year, the World Footballer of the Year, the same season playing for AC Milan. Where do you put JJ Okocha? Because I'm a trophy person. That's why I will tell you that I don't believe in Hurricane being the highest goal scorer in the history of the Premier League or Tottenham Hotspur. At the end of the day, every record set can be broken, but your cabinet, your trophy is key. In the next 20 years, you are old, you've retired. What would you be playing with your grandchildren? What would you be dusting in your cabinet? Your record goal score that anybody can break anytime. So JJ does not have all of those trophies. Side by side what Samuel Eto'o had and all of those people. But does it take away that GOAT conversation from JJ? It doesn't. When you consider the fact that it's not as if he was that poor. At the national side, he won the Nations Cup in '94. So it's not as if maybe he has a dry cabinet. You might say he does not have the individual awards unlike all of those. Yeah. But that does not take away the greatness in his greatness. You might make a case that he didn't have the trophies or the silverwares to back up his personal achievement. But if you ask JJ today that was he fulfilled of his playing years, he will tell you that yes, he was fulfilled. Like I said, if you could be in top 100 of arguably one of the greatest ever player in the world, greatest. Yes,
one of the greatest. One of the greatest. We know the greatest.
I don't know.
Lionel Andres Kukusini Messi. We know the greatest. Let's leave that. But if you could be in top 100 greatest player, Pele could recognize you. It shows that you are not just recently. It was last year or 2 years ago. He played in a charity cup where Vinicius Junior was there. They played together, so you could see that he was. In fact, I think Eto'o had to tell the referee to remove JJ because JJ was making a mess of everybody. That was one cause card. That was one charity game. But I'm even talking about a charity game that involved himself, Ronaldinho, and as well Vinicius Juniors, and they both played for the same team in that charity game. It showed you that he is that player. They recognize his presence. Before we leave this conversation, because we're due for break in the next 2 minutes, who is JJ today in world football in terms of skills? See, I've always told people football is entertainment. When you look at that's why you will never justify a defender winning the World Footballer of the Year. So somebody that is preventing entertainment from going, because the goals is the life wire of football games. No disrespect to
amazing defenders. Cannavaro won it in 2006 after Italy won the World Cup. He won the Scudetto. He could have been Zizou for the whole madness in the finals. But I mean, goalkeepers, defenders, these guys did not allow goals to come in, and the essence of football is scoring. But in terms of creativity, in terms of after 90 minutes wanting more, who is JJ in modern day football right now?
If JJ was just a player that just wanted to have fun. If it were to be in recent years where numbers matters, as at that time Ronaldo never scored 50 goals in a season. He never scored 60 goals. If a typical striker during the let us bring it back close. Let us bring it back home from the 2000 era down to 2008 era. If a striker should score 30 goals, 25 goals a season, everyone is happy. He has had a great season. It is now that numbers count. If it were to be about now, I'm pretty sure JJ will be trying to ensure that his numbers goes up. As at that time, JJ could dribble 3-4 players where he could as well just sneak in the ball to someone. And that was one of the issues that he had with sᴘᴏʀᴛs. sᴘᴏʀᴛs said in some place whereby he need that there was sometimes JJ could as well just pass the ball to someone else, but he just wants
he wants the guys to get
it's just like Ronaldo just wants to. If we were to talk about facts and figures, Ronaldo does not have that numbers in terms of the numbers to push his status.
Greatness.
But you cannot take away the greatness away from him. If it's just unfortunate that he was unable to win the African Footballer of the Year, but man, I don't think that JJ bothers about that now.
I don't think so. He's living well. He's a good guy. Big congratulations to the midfield maestro, talking about Austin JJ Okocha. They said he's so good they named him twice. I can't forget Bolton Arsenal. He made a mess of the Arsenal defenders. In fact, he was the lead actor in that boogie era when Bolton. Put Bolton 6 players, Arsenal 11, they will beat Arsenal no matter what. And JJ Okocha was that good. He was really good. Big congratulations to one of Africa's greatest players of all times, our own Austin JJ Okocha, the man with the magical 10. Have you replaced him with Super Eagles? None has been able to come close to his creativity, and probably none ever will. We due for a break. It's Bet Baba. When we come back, we get into the transfer stories as we also talk about the UEFA Super Cup tonight, Atalanta versus Real Madrid.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
You define better one. I be you want to go let's go. Over 1.5, I be you want to say. No go score, I don't know. We get better pay. Oh, I'll be there for you. Our own job right now. We got the finish. You see for better. Give me money, oh, better. That's what it is. It's fun.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Ladies and gentlemen, football is back, and I can tell you for a fact, football is one of man's greatest creation. Maybe alongside internet, maybe alongside mobile phones or your gadget, but football stands up there. The only sport that breaks all barriers, that breaks every single pain or biases you may have against another person. The Christian and the Muslim work together, both the tall and the rich, the poor and the short come together. Even when the war in Ukraine is going on as strong as it is right now, the Ukrainians were still at the last European Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, football is back tonight, 8 p.m. Atalanta, Real Madrid. Tomorrow, the La Liga season kicks off as well. On Friday, the English Premier League starts. Saturday, Sunday, everything goes full throttle. Akintayo, what did you miss? And how excited are you ahead of the league seasons? No disrespect to the other leagues that have started though, Scotland, London, but we know that the real deal begins tomorrow, beginning from La Liga.
It's an exciting period, you know, when you considering the fact that there's going to be many games this season with the new format.
Champions League.
There's going to be a lot of games, and the players are already talking. You know, they are already complaining about their body. Yeah, but
I'm not complaining about the money.
But aside that, it's an exciting days to upon us, and I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be massive, considering the games that we have from now till Sunday. It's massive, and seeing United kick off the season is something I always look forward to. It's as FC. We are going to be watching United.
No, they see the subscription is different. In La Liga tomorrow, the kickoff, Athletic Club against Getafe. That will be 6 p.m. The first game of exactly. See, some fixtures this season are just crazy, and it's not just in the La Liga. Well, we also have Real Betis and. Maybe apart from Madrid winning the league last season, the biggest La Liga team last season, which is Girona, they shot above everyone's expectations. And ladies and gentlemen, they will be playing in the Champions League this new season.
Automatic qualification.
Straight out, my friend. They will be traveling away to Real Betis tomorrow, while Getafe will also be traveling away to Athletic Club Bilbao. Amazing time. But tonight, 8 p.m., it's going to be a season again for Real Madrid. They've been here over and over again, 15 Champions League title. But of course, as against arguably the best team in Europe last season, which is Bayer Leverkusen, Atalanta did the unthinkable, and our own golden boy Demola Lookman got a hat-trick at that final against they said the third victor after Victor Moses, Victor Osimhen. In fact, there's not even the third victor. There's one Victor Ekpeba somewhere. There's been a lot of victors. There's Victor Agali. All of these guys push Victor Boniface to like the 6th victor. Hey guys, in case you capture this, is a banter, because I don't want to get into a banter war with Boniface. That guy is something else. A big shout out to Victor Boniface. We're really looking forward to a big season for you in the Champions League, and let's see if Bayer Leverkusen will be able to defend their German Bundesliga title. But this time around tonight, I can tell you, what are we expecting tonight? The Real Madrid 15 times champion, and Atalanta, a team that a lot of people did not expect them to come that far last season, but they did the unthinkable.
You know, one thing you need to respect about Atlanta is their manager, Gianpiero Gasperini. He knows this job in and out, and when you consider the fact that he had a phase with Ilicic, Zapata, and that likes had gone, and now he's re-engineering.
He's gone through 3 different phases with Atalanta,
and
my guy,
and now he's more as if that he has gotten that magic touch, because he was unable to deliver, even though they got very close. They lost it at the last minute against PSG in the semi-finals of the COVID version, and this time around, coming into that final without pressure, all they needed was just stick to their game plan. They got the early goal. It was before Bayer Leverkusen knew what it did.
The second one had entered. The third one was heavenly.
See, Gasperini is one manager that keeps his cool. We saw what happened between Atlanta versus Liverpool. They dealt with Liverpool.
The game was done in the first leg.
They dealt with Liverpool in Anfield, and you could see that not having Lookman contributed in that second leg. They struggled to try to eat Liverpool on the counter. But considering the game against Madrid, it's going to be a very, very top hill task for them. I don't see them as favorites. But I see them as a giant killer, and Gasparini, if you know anything about a giant killer, Gasparini is your solution.
You've heard Akintayo. If you know anything about who giant killers are, then you actually have to know that Gasparini. I mean, very calm man, by the way. Imagine winning your first trophy at over 50 years.
Exactly, and this game, all he needs to do is just tell the boys,
calm down,
enjoy yourself.
Whatever happens, because you lose to Madrid, you just like losing to Man City.
When you try to overthink games like this, that's when it turns you. Because when you try to, how do you want to? For example, we don't know the starting lineup should be out in few minutes.
Yeah, let me trust Madrid. They call anybody's bluff.
We don't. You can't. How do you stop? How do you even plan on stopping whenever the match? Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Juniors, and Rodrigo. How do you even plan on doing that? So there's no point trying to overthink it. Just ensure that you stick to your own game plan. You take your chances, and one of that was what happened against Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen had the whole possession of this world, but they could not take their chances. However, the Italian side took their chances, and I see them fancying those chances again tonight. It might not be a very, very.
Before we take our next,
I don't want to mention Madrid winning, but it's always sad.
See, you have to mention. Before we get into our next break, a player that was phenomenal and exceptional for Atalanta last season, and well deserved Atalanta player of the season, our own Tᴏᴛᴏᴛ. I mean, we all saw the way I arrived in the Warsaw, Poland yesterday. All of the denim. See, football is business, and it's a serious business.
It's not.
The guys didn't wear tracksuit. They came on branded jean denim, all looking fresh.
They mean business.
And then you saw the Madrid player all suited up in white and black, and this guy looking good. Ahead of the CAF African Footballer of the Year. We saw quite a lot of good moments, good players, but where does winning at that Europa League final and potentially winning the Super Cup tonight, where does it put in context? At the last Nations Cup, Lukman was one of our best players. He got good goals, man of the match performance twice. He got a goal in the final, right? Did he? He didn't get a goal in the final, but he got a couple of goals.
He got a goal against Cameroon.
He got an assist as well.
He got one against Angola.
I think he got the winning goal against Angola, but he got good numbers. Coupled with his run in the Europa League. Let's take this break. When we come back, you talk to us about what are the chances of Ademola Lookman ahead of the CAF African Footballer of the Year. If you win the UEFA Cup tonight, I think it's just Victor Osimhen to send it. It's from Napoli to Atalanta. It's just via bus. Don't need to waste money and do any celebration. It's period.
You just find that one. I be you want to go course. Over 1.5, I be you want to say. Don't no go score, I don't know. We get that way. Don't worry, we there for you. Our own, chop right out. We got the finish. You see, for best baba, give me money, best baba, something easy, best baba. Like it's fun. I want all I want. Welcome to Bet Baba.
Register now on betbaba.ng. Not for people under 18.
Alright, welcome back on the home stretch. I think I can still pick just 2 calls. I'm just in a mood to do some giveaway. Call the predictions tonight. Atalanta, Real Madrid. I've got something for you. 2 calls. 0913-600-0410. Atalanta, Real Madrid play tonight in the UEFA Super Cup. Let me take your predictions. Let's go. Hello, good evening, Wumi. 30 seconds.
Good evening, gentlemen in the studio.
Good to have you join us on the show.
Because of our own star, our own body star, and by the grace of the Lord, the next African Footballer of the Year, I'm going to give it to Atalanta 2-1.
Atalanta 2.
Yes, give it some of your boy Mbappe, okay, because of your boy. Atalanta going to be there.
You need to arrest. 0913-600-04. Yeah, give it Atalanta when my club is playing. Oh, please rest. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Mainland FM.
Hello, good evening.
Straight up, give me your predictions tonight. Atalanta versus Real Madrid.
Yes, today.
Ooh. Okay, one more call. Squeeze up. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
4-1 Madrid.
Okay, 4-1 in favor of Madrid. What's your name?
Sᴏᴜ from Igondo.
Sᴏᴜ from Igondo. 4-1 Real Madrid. Thank you very much. Even if the score does not complete 4-1, even if it's 3-1 or 2-1, you are my guy. Sharp is 09136000410. Let me pick one or two more calls. The predictions tonight: Atalanta, Real Madrid, Silver Super Cup. Hello, good evening. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Michael from Ikoton.
Michael from Ikoton. Give me your prediction real quick.
2-1 Madrid.
2-1 in favor of Madrid. Thank you very much, Michael. 09136000410. Talk to me. What do you think tonight? It's going to be an amazing time. Good football, which is absolutely guaranteed. Unfortunately, they just told me that we can't pick any more call. I can tell you want to call it tonight straight up. I'm going to put you on that one.
3-1 Madrid.
3-1 Real Madrid. I can tell I just said it. Thank you so much everyone for being a part of the production today. A big shout out to you, my friend, for being a part of us in the studio. It's an amazing time to be on radio. Don't leave us. It's Wednesday, and you know what I mean. It's the ladies' night, and I'm feeling right. Yes. Join Auntie Gloria, Auntie Bimbo, and Auntie Enya. They take you through the world of female conversation from 7 to 9 p.m. Your life on Mainland 98.3 FM. I'm out of here, and I'll join you tomorrow.